What's up?
Hello and welcome to day 2 of our 7-day health and wealth challenge. Kerry and I are excited to be with all of you again today and move on to our next topic. So today I'm going to go through how to create a budget, and Kerry is going to go through downloading a food tracking app. Again, all of this, every day. So from what we go through today, there'll be information that will be needed from the prior day, and we'll be building upon that. So Kerry, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Sorry, I was muted. Hey everyone, how are you today? Kerry McElroy here, and take a look at my website, Aim for Strong, if you want more information. I represent health and wellness as far as personal training, virtual training, small group training. So in case for some reason you didn't see day 1, I just wanted to repeat that again here in day 2. So yesterday we asked you to set some goals for yourself and start off by recording some information. Your weight doesn't exist unless you write it down, right? We also asked you to set some circumference measurements. So just like Katie's going to be asking you all along, you can't just say, well, I think I make this much money every month, or I think I spend this much money every month. We really want to take a hard look. I'm asking you the same thing from a health standpoint. So, and here's the first day after we weigh and do measurements of really taking that hard look. So I ask you to download a free food tracking app. And there are so many out there. If you have a heart rate monitor or some type of wearable device, so you have Polar watches, many of you have Apple watches, many of you have the MyZone fitness strap that syncs with your phone. Most of them have food tracking apps with them that are connected to them. Many of them use, and you can take a look at, can you all see my screen? Katie, can we see the screen? Are we all set?
Yes.
We've got, okay. So you've got, so I'm looking at it right here. I want to make sure you can see it too. Myfitnesspal is probably one of the best free food tracking apps. Lose It is a great one. Weight Watchers, some of you out there may be actually Weight Watchers members. They have a tracking app. There are tons of apps that, Fitbit has one. I couldn't find it online. There's a name to it, but it automatically tracks anything that you do as far as your exercise, which will be another day. That'll be one of the other day's challenges. But these food tracker apps are absolutely imperative if you want to move on and get yourself healthier. Most people tell me they want to lose a little bit of weight, get a little bit stronger. Your exercise and your diet have to intertwine. Okay, you cannot, and Katie will tell you the same thing, you cannot save if you don't know what you make and what you spend. How can you save, right? So we need to do the same with our calories. So we need to first take a hard look at what we're eating. And inevitably it happens all the time when I sit with a client. They'll sit down in my office, or we'll do a virtual meeting, and they'll say, well, I have a salad and I have almonds and I eat a tuna fish. And I'll say, listen, don't shame yourself. Don't project to me what you think you eat. Tell me what you really eat. Maybe you had chips. Maybe you had a beer when you got home. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you had M&Ms. Maybe you had a sleeve of cookies. Let me know. I can't help you when you can't help yourself if you're not honest with yourself. So it starts with honesty with both Kate and myself for all the numbers you're going to provide to us. And you cannot get anywhere if you don't know your numbers, no matter what you're looking at, your physical health, your financial health. So the tracking is a key because we forget what we eat. Let's face it, I've got that on there for you. We don't really sometimes know the macronutrients of the food that we're eating. So I'm going to ask you to take a look at some of those things. I heard Katie say it in day 1 when we shot day 1 yesterday about knowing your numbers and then applying them. So we've got to know what our proteins are, what our carbs are, what our fats are, sugars, and our sodium, so that we can adjust if we need to. Okay, and there's no hard and fast rule to all of this. Some people need more protein, some people need more carbs, some people need a higher sodium content. I've had clients over the years who have had heart conditions, and we don't want to bring that sodium level down too much. So food trackers become our mirrors. Isn't that cool? If you don't want to write down your food, people tell me this all the time, then you really cannot help yourself, or you cannot make gains. You cannot possibly go, and I think I've said this earlier on one of the other webinars Katie and I did together, would you walk into Best Buy and buy the most expensive TV, your $5,000 TV, or all kinds of stereo systems or what have you, surround sound, and just write a check and have no idea what's in your checkbook? Of course we wouldn't do that. Sounds ridiculous. But yet day after day, clients will say to me, how many calories should I eat? And I say, well, how many calories do you burn? Well, I don't know. Well, how can you consistently not know what you're eating and what you're burning, but expect to, get physical results from that? So we need to take a look at some of these numbers. So all I say for this day 2 challenge is download a tracker, and then the next stage will be starting to plug in some of your food and taking a hard look. So download the tracker. We weighed ourselves yesterday. We got some measurements. Today we start with downloading the tracker. Research a little bit, see which one works best for you. Myfitnesspal, I know, has you can scan the tag on. You could just take your phone, the camera, and scan any box or can or package of anything, and up it will come. Years ago when I was bodybuilding, we used to have a little book, and in order to get all our calories, we had to scan through this thick encyclopedia of the calories of everything. It was a listing of any food known to man, even, if you went to Wendy's or McDonald's, not that you would, but any fast food places, all of their menu was in there too. Now it's so much easier. We've got our phone, we've got a camera. You take a package of whatever it is you're eating, scan the actual package, the QR code, and bam, everything gets listed. It syncs right into either Lose It or MyFitnessPal. So life is so much easier. Tracking numbers, got to take a hard look. All right, Kate, over to you.
That was great, Kerry. Thank you. And it's just listening to, what Kerry says. I mean, the overlap between, some of just the basics of, with what we're eating, or how to look at, how can I maybe drop some pounds or tone up. Some of the basic things that you need to do on there is the same as if you're looking to grow your savings account, or, I'm trying to purchase, maybe a larger expense. So I just love, putting this together or coming up and wanting to present this, because they are, intertwined into how we, need to look at things. So what I want to do today is to have you create a budget. Now, this is going to just kind of be, that basic framework, and throughout, the upcoming days, there may be additional stuff and we'll need to tweak things. But the first thing that I want you to do is to find a budget worksheet that you're comfortable with. Now, in the link below, I am going to have a link to a worksheet that I use with my clients, and then also a couple of links to different sites that also provide other worksheets. I tend to lean towards using what's called the 50-30-20 budget, and that goes after 50% of your net, everything is based on your net income, should be allocated towards what we like to say your fixed or your essential needs. So that's whether, rent, mortgage payments, groceries, any of those certain insurance payments, car insurance, gas, anything that you need to have in order to kind of go through your day-to-day. 30% that's allocated towards your discretionary needs or your wants. So what are those items that, maybe monthly massages, or, dining out, going to concerts, things like that, they're nice, but you don't necessarily need them. And then 20% of your net income should go towards savings and debt payments. So I like to, if, someone doesn't have any consumer debts, then we're able to kind of tweak some of those numbers, but at least trying to look at allocating about 10% of your net income to after-tax savings. Because again, this is based on your overall net income after your deductions have come out. So when you go into the, description below, if you want to go with the 50-30-20 app, then what I want you to do is you'll also need to just have a copy of a recent pay stub. And so you'd want to look at what is that net amount that they are sending to me, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly. If it's weekly, what you want to do then is you'll want to multiply that by 52 weeks. If it's bi-weekly, you've got 24 pay periods. If it is semi-monthly, you've got 24. That's going to give you what your net overall annual income, and then the worksheet is going to actually break it all out. For now, what I want you to do is just kind of see, well, how much do I have available within each of those categories between my essential needs, my wants, and then debts and savings. And then we will build on, you know, if you can grab from the prior day where you had the list of expenses, I am also going to, within the link below, have a worksheet that goes along completing this. So it's going to have spaces for you to fill out, well, what are my essential needs? You know, what are some of my discretionary spending? But with that, what I'm going to say is the most important on this is A, knowing what you have available within each of those columns on a monthly basis and overall on an annual. But along with that is on the wants, I want to know, how much do you have that you can spend on whatever you want? It doesn't matter what you spend it on. So I'll have individuals want to stress, or they'll get nervous telling me like, oh, you know, I want to get massage, or I get my hair colored, or I want to get my nails done. That's fine. I don't even need to know that. It doesn't matter what you spend that on. You can spend that on anything you want. What I want you to focus on right now is knowing what those numbers are. Based on your current income, what do you have available to spend on things that aren't your needs that you need to live on? And then we're going to focus on some of the savings part after. So for tonight's homework, downloading one of the worksheets, getting a current statement for a pay stub, and then just uploading those two numbers. If there's any questions or unsure of what you're supposed to do, just send me a direct message and I'll be able to help you on that. And then as we continue on with that, you know, these are things too, as being part of this challenge. Once it's all said and done, anyone in this, I want to actually be able to set up a call with you, and from everything that we've learned, put it all together and create your custom budget that you'll have to continue on throughout this journey of starting to get, you know, things in order so that you can feel confident. I like to say to clients, I don't want you to feel like your back's against the wall, whether it's week to week or, you know, every other week of trying to figure out, you know, I've got to do X, Y, and Z or buy groceries and I don't have any money. All of these little steps are going to help you start analyzing that so that we can get you on track. Anything further, Kerry?
Yeah, the same thing. If you need to reach me, you know, it'd be nice for you folks to place in or post on this Facebook page which tracker you chose, just like Katie in day one with you, whether you had Mint or some of the others that she offered. So let me know which track you choose. If you have questions, you can reach me through this Facebook page or off my aimforstronger.com website. I've got my email there, so either way. So you can text me, you can email me, you can place your questions right here in this Facebook page. Just get going, just start. That's the key.
Great. Thank you, everyone. We're excited to see you tomorrow for day 3. Bye.